Hi, this is Karen. I'm with inspiredbygraham.com. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing you my simple stamping card, although it is a bumped up version of a simple stamping card. I'm going to add the gray granite ribbon here and a little flower here using the small bloom punch. So let's talk about the stamp set. I'm using Ridiculously Awesome. It's a cling stamp set from Stampin' Up. The designer series paper is in good taste, lots of grays, browns, pinks, and blues in this paper. Love this paper. Okay, so let's go over our supplies here. I've got gray granite card base. This is cut 8.5 by 5.5. I've already pre-scored it at 4 1/4. I'm going to take a piece of this In Good Taste designer series paper and I'm going to just add my Stampin' seal along all 4 sides, and this piece is cut 4 by 5 1/4. All right, just bring our card base in here. It's a 1/4 inch border on all 4 sides. All right, then the next step is going to be the middle focal point, if you would say. This is In Good Taste. This is 3 by 4. This is Rococo Rose, and it's only 1/8 of an inch bigger, so 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. Okay, so we're just going to layer this on, just like I said, 1/8 of an inch border on all 4 sides. Okay, now I'm going to take another piece of that In Good Taste paper, and this is cut 1 3/4 by 4. So I'm using 4 different patterns in that paper pack. All right, we're just going to layer that right down in the middle. All right, so now we're going to stamp our sentiment, and I'm using gray granite ink. Again, another color in the paper. And when you're stamping a solid image like this, you'll need to make sure that you have plenty of ink on your stamp. So I'm just going to stamp this right down. And just like that, let me just show you here. Looks pretty good. All right, so we'll just set that ink aside. I'm going to take some gray granite ribbon. It's kind of satiny and it's got some kind of like glitter in it. And I'm just going to wrap this around. We're going to tie a knot bow. So I don't know about that much. Need my ribbon scissors here. And then we're just going to bring this left side over. I'm right-handed, so I'm just going to tie that around. And I like to use my middle finger here to hold that ribbon in place. You could use a glue dot if that helps you. Whatever works. And this is hopefully not too short. All right, so I'm just pulling that ribbon with my left side, and that creates that flat knot. Okay, so now I'm just going to move this in place. We're going to flip this over. I'm going to add 4 dimensionals, 1 to each corner. And while I have the dimensionals out, I'm going to add 2 to the back of this stitched oval, 1 at the top and 1 at the bottom. I don't need anything here because that's where the ribbon's going to lay. All right, so now let's remove all of these backings here. Just press your thumbnail into the middle of those dimensional backs, and those pieces should just come off easy. But if you have a hard time, you could use your take your pick tool to take those backings off as well. All right, so let's bring our card base back in here, and we're just going to layer this down and center it top, bottom, left, and right. Okay. If you need to move your ribbon, you should still be able to. I'm going to cut the tails down. I don't want this really long tail. I want it to be about, 3/4 of an inch to an inch. Okay. Just a sweet little bow right there. Now we're going to take the sentiment and we're going to put it right over the top here. And I'm kind of looking at the top and the bottom, just making sure that designer series paper is the same width. there at the top of that oval and the bottom as well. Okay, so now we're going to take my small bloom punch, and I have a piece of Rococo Rose here. Just going to punch out a sweet little flower. I'm going to take the, these are the metallic pearls. They come in silver and gold. And I'm going to use the silver ones. And I'm just going to use the putty side here. And I'm just going to add 3 right to the center there. Okay, now I'm just going to just curl this up a little bit. Give it a little bit of life. And I just need 1 glue dot right there. Okay, and now we're just going to add it down here to the bottom. And we've got our sweet little flower there using the small bloom punch. And there you have it. So everything coordinates nicely. I've got the Rococo Rose in the designer series paper. I've used a panel here to bring that color out. And then I've used the Rococo Rose small bloom punch here. So I did say I was going to stamp that star, so let me do that. Gotta have something on the inside of that card, so we'll just add a little star down there. And then we do need an envelope because you can't send a card just like this in the mail, so make sure you stamp an envelope with a star. All right, so let's look at that card again. Here's the one we made on camera. And here is the one I made earlier today. So for all the supplies that I used in this card, you can find at inspiredbygram.com. Thanks for watching.